The real estate markets are on fire right now. Look at these numbers here. We have days on market, our days on the market for houses that are for sale, 36 days on the market. That's down from 120 days just a few years ago. Wow. The inventory, look at the inventory right here in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia. We're at 4,000 units listed on the market. Just a few years ago, look back, we're looking at 12,000 units for sale, right? It's unbelievable. And this particular time during the coronavirus and the pandemic, flippers like you and I, we have our houses that are vacant. So people feel comfortable going inside of them. They don't have to worry about ma and pa leaving, wearing masks, anybody contracting the virus. So it's a plus for us, and it has made the market go crazy. So today, what I'd like to do is just bring you into a property we just finished renovating. We actually got an offer before we listed the house, y'all. It's unbelievable. Had a call from a realtor. She wanted to show it. The buyer loved it. They made an offer. And we actually were able to sell this thing $30,000 more than what I thought we were going to sell it for. So sit back, relax, come on the ride. You're going to meet the realtor. She's going to come in towards the end. I interviewed her. You will hear what she has to say about the market, the climate, and the challenges that us investors go through. And you're also going to meet my private lender. Kris came into this deal here. He loaned us $100,000 amongst another lender that came in. But you're going to get his take on doing business with us and being a private lender. I'm going to take you through the property. You're going to see some before and after shots. You'll see exactly what we did to it. You know, it's interesting because I feel funny when I do these flips. No one gets to see them, right? I do all this work. We spend 40, 50, 60, 70,000 on renovating a house, and nobody gets to see them except you. I get to do these videos. So sit back, relax for the ride, and let's go take a look at this property together after we go over the numbers. Let's do it. Greetings, class. This is Kris Haskins with therealestateroundup.com. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. And doing that, I just like to bring you along and document my life so I can push you over the edge to bring you along to becoming a real estate investor, or at least investing in some type of property, full or part-time, right? You can do this business full-time or part-time, but not sometimes, okay? So you're gonna see in this video here, I'm gonna take you to the property we just finished. Spent a little bit more than I thought we were going to. And if you don't wanna hear me blabbing and you wanna kind of go through the property at your leisure, in the video description, there are some chapters where you can see the little time links where you can go to the kitchen, bathroom, go to the realtor when I interview the realtor. Yes, I said realtor, not realtor. Oh my Lord, my stomach. Realtor is not a word, it's the realtor, yes. So I interviewed the realtor that brought the buyer, and you can skip to my private lender that loaned us some of the money on this deal here. There are chapters in the description down there. And don't forget, we're going to be having our free Propstream giveaway, December 23rd, right? It's coming up this week, y'all. I'm so excited to be giving away 2 free 1-year subscriptions to Propstream to 2 lucky people, but you have to be subscribed to my email list. And that's going to be in the video description below. All right, I've covered all of my housekeeping rules here. So let's go over the numbers very quickly before we go to the property. I bought this one, our purchase price, maximum allowable offer was $200,000. But the ARV on this one was, if you look back, and if you want to see the full numbers breakdown on this one in video number 1, just go right here. You'll see where I walked you through all of our costs and expenses that we thought we were going to have at the beginning of this deal. And as always, right, I messed up. I've been doing this since 2004, and every time I try to estimate repairs, I'm wrong. So don't feel bad. ARV I thought was $315. I'm very conservative. My business partner Ron always says, Kris, I think we can get XYZ. I'm like, I don't know, we might want to. I give too much value away. So I stay away from that. I let Ron handle ARV. So Ron said he thought the ARV was $345,000. I stayed out of it. I give away too much value. That's why when you follow my channel, you'll see a lot of my products are very affordable. The people I bring on, they're always giving me a discount. So that's just something that's built in me, being a high 99 influencer, right? So the market, here's the thing, the market is just skyrocketing as you saw. Values are going through the roof. So we listed it, we got it. Well, we didn't even list it. The realtor brought an offer. We thought we were gonna get $315, ended up selling it for $345. The renovation we thought was gonna be $40, ended up being around $50. Never know down to the dollar, I just don't know. I think it's a little bit more than that. Holding cost to sell, it's $25,000. That's gonna be realtor fee, maintenance, cost of the money, closing costs, all that stuff, utilities, taxes, insurance. Rounded up to average to be about $25,000. So if you take your ARV sales price, minus out all of your costs, reno, cost to sale, purchase price, our profit was once again plus or minus $70,000. And if you take a look at that HUD right there, you'll see how we paid off our lenders, and I got back my money here. And then once you subtract all that, that's when we get our profit, because I like to put some of my own money. Here's the thing. Being a boss or an owner, I want to attract investors to me, private lenders, right? So I bring some of my money to the deal. Money likes to be seduced, right? Money likes to go where it feels loved, where it's welcomed. So I put $50,000 of my own money in this one here because I wanted the lenders to feel welcome when they come into these deals, right? Money likes to be, you got to coerce money to come on, come hang out with you. So the more money I put into it, it's funny how other people they show up with money too, right? So those are the numbers. Once again, that video, if you want to see the full number breakdown from beginning, I was off. Yes, I'm always off. So I thought we were going to make like 40, ended up making like 70, which was a good day. But as you can see, I'm not excited. I'm not sad. I'm not overjoyed. I'm not enthusiastic about the increase that we have, because just like the real estate market can go up, oh boy, can it go down quickly too? Okay, so I'm thankful that we got it, an increase in value there. But you know what? That's the icing on the cake. You never go into a deal looking for appreciation, ever. I remember back in 2005, 6, 7, gurus were teaching, buy at 100,000, hold the house for a year, sell it for 120,000, right? Take negative cash flow for a year. Those guys quickly went out of business. I've seen people leave the country try to do that crazy strategy. I'm glad I didn't caught up in it. I did get caught up in it for a little bit, but they foreclosed on those houses, then I lost those. So let's get over to the house. You're gonna walk through it, see all the work that we put into it, and then you'll meet the realtor and my private lender. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. Make sure you put in, I gotta show you my subscribe block as we get here to the holidays. Make sure you put in your email address to my, so you can register for that Propstream. You're gonna see my wife. My wife is going to do the drawings, y'all. This is gonna be an honor to have my wife on video. She has never been on a video. She's going to do the drawings for the Propstream winners, okay? All right, let's get out of here. So you've seen the numbers break down, purchase price, repairs, reno costs and all that stuff, overages, change orders, things happen, right? So now let's go inside, show you a little bit of before and after, some B-roll of what the construction looks like as we were coming to this. And Taylor, give them a nice pan of the neighborhood. Remember, always have to know what your neighborhood looks like as you're coming into these deals. You better know or you're asking for trouble. And I want to thank my daughter for running camera today, and thank you, Bubba, for hanging out with me today. So if you want to see the first video, the first week of this construction, just go ahead and click right here and you'll see when it got started. So we had new siding here. That was a cost overrun, ran us about $4,000. What happened when they took the windows out, they took too much trim out. The windows were too big. I don't know who ordered the windows too big. Part of life, right? Who am I going to blame? So that they took that trim out, hence they took the siding out around the J channels around it, and it just all went to crap. So we had to do brand new siding that was $4,000. And you can see we have a problem with the windows too. These windows have grills. We ordered windows with no grills. Who do I blame? Things happen. We made a mistake, right? So the buyer didn't even care about that. They didn't even care. Thank goodness. So let's take a look around back and see how we came along with our new deck. This is probably the biggest deck I've ever built. Oh, a butterfly chilling. Okay. So we didn't have to do anything to the central heating and air. We were able to keep this and just get it serviced. So we're good there. That saved us $3,000. So this is the new deck. You remember before it was all falling apart. So take a look at some of the construction as it was coming together, demoing it out. Look at this nastiness, OM Jesus. So if you look here, we got a bunch of rotten wood here. Boards going across. Ron, did we know we had this many bad boards coming into this job?
Initially, we did not know.
Give him a nice pan, Taylor. Oh. You can come over here and give him a pan. Go get a pan from back there if you don't mind. So the deck looks nice, right? Brand new deck, all new wood, all new. Crazy. So let's go ahead and head inside. But we gotta wear our masks just because you never know. Everybody has their masks on. So if you see here, in this room, we did minimal work. You give them a pan from over there, Taylor. We didn't do a lot of work here, but there was a lot of sheetrock patching, a bunch of paint here too. So the flooring we were able to keep, the flooring we were able to keep, and there was no electrical work. This is the washer and dryer area. So probably had to put a stackable in here. That's just a closet. We were able to keep these fans too. You give them a nice pan in here, Tail? Okay. Let's go in here. So this is the addition part. That's just the garage there. We didn't have to do too much in here. We had a lot of sheetrock patching. Give them a pan too, Taylor, so they can see the room. So that we were able to keep this flooring here. But we did have to change out all these lights here. They were just all busted. Didn't have to do anything in here. Our plan was to change out this vanity and this cabinet, but we just were able to keep it.
Where's the jacuzzi?
There is no jacuzzi in here. So this is the first bathroom. You can stay back a little bit, Taylor. We didn't have to do anything to this shower here. We didn't have to do anything to the flooring, and we were able to keep this shower too. So go ahead and give them a little shot of inside that shower. Very nice.
Shower in the bathroom.
Yeah, we didn't have to do anything in there.
There's a
And the
toilet
toilet,
right here.
this is the closet, so you can go stank it up and don't have to worry about stinking the whole bathroom up. So this shower was not, we didn't have to do anything to this shower either. It turned out real good.
It's a sit-in too.
Yep, we sit down, no problem. So this turned out, this was minimum work. We did have a bunch of wallpaper we had to rip down. It looks a little nasty now just because they took that drought, that wallpaper.
Wallpaper off. I told them to try and save, but
Man, shoot.
you know how it goes.
So we just sand it down a little bit and paint over it?
He's gonna try that.
So this is the primary bathroom, primary bedroom and primary bathroom downstairs. So it's crazy how this house actually has 2 primary bathrooms. This is like a den area here where you'll pass through here to get through to the deck. Very nice. And we didn't have to do, the work in here was minimum too, just paint and a bunch of drywall repair. So here's the Mac Daddy as we come into the kitchen. Give him a nice pan from here, Taylor. So if you take a look at the before, we're gonna give him a pan. Do some before and afters on this thing, right? Because Ron started so quick, I wasn't even able to let Taylor. We got new granite, new flooring, new appliances. There was a hole here, we covered that up. Go ahead and pan it, Taylor, so you can see. You see this whole wall came out. New sink, dishwasher. All right, and you stand over there, you'll give them a nice pan from here as well. So when we took this wall out, had to put a header in to carry that load across. we're using 12 by 24 floor tile on here. Come on around, buddy. This bathroom was a simple job here. You can go in there by yourself. New granite there, and this wainscoting on the wall, so you don't have to do a lot of work with the sheetrock there. All right, this is the room we had to. What we did with the hardwood was sand them down, and new paint here. This whole ceiling had to come out. If you, we'll show you before and after that. Let's take a look upstairs. You can see these stairs were sanded too. So here's bathroom number 1. And if you remember, this tub was blue. Give him a pan from here too, this angle. There you go, going down. New floor tile. We got you can see the tile surrounds over there for the tub surround. So all this tile goes. New sheetrock here, and then new tile surround for the tub. You gonna do something sexy in there, Ryan?
Yeah.
And really, bedrooms are nothing but 4 walls. So all we did here was paint new windows and flooring. New doors too. So we got another primary bedroom because this bedroom has a bathroom in it. Go on in, buddy. New floor tile, new vanity. And you can see the towel, the surround of the towel on the tub surround too. Go slow till they can't follow you. If they go too fast, you go, you showing the vanity? There you go. Good job, buddy. Primary, they already busted this out. And what we'll do is we'll put, are we sheetrocking over this, Ron, or scraping it down?
We're gonna try to scrape it and just
Scrape it down, smooth it out. We're gonna put sheetrock here, smooth it out, maybe with some plaster. And as usual, we put ceiling fan in primary bedrooms. No more master bedrooms, only primary bedrooms. Look at that view, pretty cool view out front. Okay, so that is nice. This is our final day here. We will not be coming back to this house. So we have the realtor that brought the buyer to the deal that we're outlining today. And yes, it is realtor, not realtor. Oh God, if I hear that again, I'm gonna slip my throat. Tamika Henry, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, and it's funny you say that. My husband still says realtor, but I'm awesome.
I just give people a hard time, man.
Yeah.
My wife says it too, so I'm like, what are you? Anyway. Yeah. So Tamika, thank you for your time. And I wanted to I want my rounduppers just to kind of know I'm transparent. We can go over this deal. I already broke down the numbers for them. They've seen the before and after. And now we're experiencing how it is to deal with a property as we're in this climate right now. Give us a little background on how we got there, how your buyer came in to look at that property.
Okay. Well, I've met the buyers back in June. We started looking, I want to say September. They were from Connecticut. The husband is in the Navy. We've been looking, doing a bunch of Zooms. That's what kind of like what we're doing now for a lot.
Tell me about that.
Doing a Zoom call for showings.
Yeah, tell me about how does that look nowadays?
Yeah, now the way the market is so competitive, they couldn't come into town. So every time I went to show a house, we had to do a Zoom call. So
wow.
With the camera, go through everything. And it seemed like they had a pretty good idea of what they were looking at. I tried to kind of use some props to kind of show them the size of the room and everything. I always did a tour of the outside of the neighborhood and everything. We had put in an offer on a couple of homes, but of course, like I said, it's very competitive. So multiple offer situations can be kind of tough. They needed closing cost assistance. So couldn't really take that off the table.
Yeah.
So finally, actually, I just called Todd up
Before we get there, let me stay for a minute, just so
Okay.
I can get it. I want my rounduppers to understand the climate we're in. Give me just a 40,000 foot view of house listed. You go and look at it, Zoom, making an offer. It's just so different
It is.
today. This
Yes.
climate. Then
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah. People are, they need to move. They need to. It's a heavily military town, so people military are in and out. So I've had clients in California before, where I'm zooming calls from California, sight unseen. But basically, I've seen anywhere between 7 to 14 offers on a home before.
Good
So
Lord.
yes, it is extremely competitive. So
So the
just
house comes out, you see it. I still give. What does it look like? I mean, are you calling them? Hey, do you like the pictures, or are you going right there?
So yeah, so basically, rain.com. Everybody, I know a lot of people use Zillow. Zillow is great for sale by owners if you're looking
Yeah.
for properties for sale by owners.
Okay.
Um, but rein.com, that is what realtors use, and the average consumer can use it too. It's up to date. So basically, I do my search. They give me their criteria. I sit down and conversate with them over the phone, and they give me what they're looking for. So I started with them early, just trying to get an idea, even though they weren't ready, just sending them homes. Do you like this home? What do you like? What don't you like? So when it was crunch time, they had to be closed December 5th.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so it was just no windows, just really small little windows for us to get everything in. So I send them homes that they like. They tell me which ones they want to see. I set up the properties. I call the listing agent on it. I set up the times to go and show it.
You just
And
go.
yes, I just go.
That's
I
cool.
go with my phone and
Wow.
record, and this is the front entry, and to the left is the kitchen, this is the master
Unbelievable.
bedroom. Yep.
This cool.
Yep. So basically you're getting almost a 3D tour, but with me on Zoom.
So I'm just like, I feel like this is almost like pulling our industry to virtual reality, Tamika. What do you think?
Yeah. Yes. I would have never imagined that I would be showing properties on my
Yeah.
cell phone. And people are actually putting in offers and getting them accepted, because this was a sight unseen. They did come down. I even did the home inspection through Zoom.
Wow.
Todd came over, the home inspector came there, did the whole home inspection on Zoom. Went over everything. So they came down at the beginning of November. I think it was. They came down sometime in November, but it was after the home inspection. Of course, we take a risk with that, but they came in. It was better. They fell in love with it even more once they saw it in person. So
They
it's a
saw the
beautiful home.
video. They saw the house on the video, and they liked what they saw. And then you made the offer before they even actually touched the house.
Yep. Called Todd up. We made, did some negotiating between, you, Todd, and
Round up.
Ron.
She's saying, I know nobody knows. We call him Smitty, so I guess you could say Smitty because no one knows who the hell Todd.
I never ever called him Smitty.
I know,
So
yeah. Sorry about that. But my Roundup family knows him as
okay.
Smitty. He's a trip.
Ooh, am I going to get a nickname? Do you
Perhaps.
have a nickname?
I don't have one yet, I guess.
Oh, I think me and Todd and I are going to have to think of something for you.
I'm good with that.
But
I'm good with that.
yeah,
So
but yeah, basically the whole thing was Zoom. All the way the showings were Zoom. The home inspection was Zoom. We discussed the offer. We even did that on Zoom, just talking back and forth. What do you need? How much closing costs you need?
Yep.
Negotiation, and a lot of not typical, but I even negotiated my commission to help them with closing cost assistance.
That is so cool.
Because it's such a competitive market. I felt like if I needed to put And we both did, you know, and the great thing about it was it wasn't just me, but it was them too. Okay, well, this is what we need to do to get this offer accepted. This is what we need to do to so this house is not listed because you guys didn't list it. We were able to make, I felt like you know, it wouldn't have been a good deal if you guys, you know, didn't agree to it. You would have been like, heck no, we're gonna go ahead on and list it. But at the same time, you know, you guys still did us a favor because it really could have been listed and you could have had a multiple offer situation. But
Yeah,
we
yeah.
tried to bring the best offer to the table that we possibly could.
So when you reached out to Smitty, you saw we had a project that was coming to the end. Help bring that around so people can kind of see how that came together,
Mhm.
as opposed to you just making offers on
Right.
listed houses.
Yes, yes. So when I first got into real estate, I started doing open homes. So Todd was a for sale by owner. It was listed as a for sale by owner at that time. You guys hadn't listed it quite yet. So I called him and he gave me the rundown of, you know, well, we do usually list it. We have an agent that we list it with. But my approach was kind of the out of the box thinking. I'm not here to necessarily list your home. I'm a brand new agent. I'm trying to get my name out there. Can I do an open house for you? Of course, I called the agent, and she said, you know, hey, what agent is not gonna, you know, agree to an open house for you? You know, somebody else coming in and planning everything and marketing it and and everything. But that's how I met you and Smitty, Todd, and real estate is also about relationships. So
Shit.
I
Oh,
was so I had been I can't tell you how many homes that we saw on Zoom, how many weeks it was weeks that I'm zooming and looking at homes, multiple offer situations, or I like it or I don't like it, not in the neighborhood, because the market out there is just not a lot of homes. So I was like, hmm, you know what? Todd and Kris, they do some good work. Let me see if they got anything coming up. Because I had met him over at a house in Hampton a couple of, maybe sometime over the summer. But that one, when he said, I'm sorry, meet, that one was
no.
sold before we even finished the,
Mm.
working on it. And I was like, wow. So he's like, no, we don't have anything. And he was like, actually, yeah, we do. We have something in Chesapeake. Perfect. He gave me the address and I went over and looked at it, did the Zoom call with them and said, you know, I really think you guys are going to like this house. It was a little bit above um, their price, but they worked it out. So yeah.
So Roundup, I want you to understand. Tamika reached out. She was calling investors.
Call everybody.
Yeah, we just happen to be the people that had a product that fit that buyer.
Yes.
So Tamika reached out. We happen to have a project, and what I've learned is it's easier to find a house for a buyer than it is to find a buyer for a house. See, she already has a buyer. You already have a buyer, so they're looking
Mhm.
for houses.
Yes.
So when you reached out to us, boom, that's the house. The buyer's ready to go.
Buyer was ready, pre-approved. Yes.
So
Yes.
you got the buyer already. So as we're coming to here, all you got to do is show them the product. They have to agree, yay or nay, and move to the next thing.
Yes.
So cool that you did that. I mean, I got to tell you, once again, I want to say this on camera. When I met you, I knew you was a grinder. You know, I can kind of tell it's grinders when I meet them. Like you're a grinder. So you grinded, put this deal together, made an offer before we even listed it because the market multiple offer situation. Is that the climate that you're experiencing right now?
That is a climate, multiple offer situations. People are coming in above asking price. People are giving up their closing costs.
Wow.
I've even seen people waive so they'll still get the home inspection, but they won't do they're not
Repairs.
asking for any repairs. Yes, it's just a home inspection, so they'll know what they need to do, but they're not even asking for. In our world, it's called the PICRA.
Picker.
Yes, but they're just passing it. You know, they're paying for their own termite and moisture inspection. They're paying just to get the house. Yes.
Not a
Yes.
time to buy. Not a
Yes.
time.
That was it's not. It's great far as interest rates and everything. and you go and you can when you get pre-approved and you think, okay, I'm ready to go out, you are that 250 to 350 is a highly competitive market.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in there, and I suggest that if you're looking for something in that range, you just be patient. Be patient, be flexible, have a savings. Don't go out and buy a house and just, I'm just going to go buy it. That's a huge mistake. You need money in the bank for closing costs. You need money for, when you move into that house, that's your responsibility. You can't call up Kris and be like, hey, my toilet's overflowing. Can you send somebody out? And a lot of people make that mistake. So be ready. It's more than just a pre-approval. People don't realize EMD, what that is, preparing them. You can't go in there with 2 cents for your EMD. You got to go in there with something serious to let them know, hey, I'm serious about this house. I really want it. It's a lot of terminology that comes out at you. The inspections that sellers are responsible for, buyers are responsible for. Mm-hmm. It's not just, I'm pre-approved, I want that house, when can we close? So a lot more to it than that.
A lot more to it. And I'm being, once again, transparent. We sold the house. A couple of days later, the heat went out, so I'm having to actually fix the house. I mean, we could have tried to fight it. We had it all inspected, but at the end of the day, I know if I don't do right by my community, I know my community will not take care of me. It's just something that I just go to sleep at night knowing that, I take care of people, I know they're going to take care of me. So, Tamika, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. The golden rule is important. You treat people the way you want to be treated. And like I said, it's all about relationships. You might not, you haven't met him yet or the family yet, but you never know when your path might cross again. You never know. It's a small world. Small world. Yes. So, relationships are important.
So we take care of that.
It's way more important than money. Money is great. I need it. I want it. But, you
can get money if you got relationships.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, what if I would have called Todd up, Smitty, and said, hey, and he turned me away, or I turned him away because he wasn't, hey, I'm trying to do an open house, so I'm only charging $50. No,
it's crazy.
Right. It's not, it was about the relationship. And I am so glad that I met both of you guys. I haven't met
Ron.
No, I haven't met him.
He's quiet. He's silent. He don't get, he's behind the camera. They throw me in the fire.
All right. Well, one day, but yes.
Yeah, one day. So Ron's he runs the construction and he does a lot of the lead gen, and he's the train behind engine behind the thing. Well, we're all engines, but he's another part of the engine.
Yeah. Everybody have their gifts that they bring to the table. So
right. Right. All right. This has been phenomenal. Tamika Henry, if somebody wants to do business with you, social media, what do they do?
All right. I am on Facebook. On Facebook, I am the real estate tutor. That's because I love working with first-time home buyers, military, but I basically walk you through the process, help you with the terms. I'm educating you about the process from the beginning to the end and beyond. But I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I guess I'll have to send you the links. But
I'll put it in the video description so they can click right on it and I'll do business with you if they want to.
All right. So Tamika Henry, the real estate tutor, and 757-343-4641. That's my number.
Nice.
Please reach out, give me a call, text me. I'll get back to you ASAP.
You're a grinder. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kris.
So we're moving right along, and I would like to introduce you to one of our private investors, our private lenders on this deal, my friend Kris Birch. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing wonderful.
Good to see you.
Yep, likewise.
Yep. So I wanted to introduce you to Kris so you'll understand the full scope and what this deal looks like. And I wanted Kris just to talk about the deal and kind of explain his position coming in and how we all put it all together. Kris, tell me, before we even get to this, tell me about your mental process of working with me and just thinking about doing business with us.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm sure as a lot of your followers know, and they will soon learn, you and I met about 2 years ago. More from me me reaching out to you to inquire about certain ways that I can invest. And, you know, that actually led the original way that we were introduced is you and your friend Eddie in Atlanta. You guys were talking about self-directing IRAs. And for me, it was something new a couple years ago. And I heard this whole term that you could actually take your 401k or your SEP IRA, roll that over to a self-directed account, and then invest that into real estate, invest that into another business, as long as you guys had terms and you guys agreed on a rate of return for that money.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you and I have talked, and you've been to a couple of my real estate projects and understanding how I do my math.
Yep.
I heard you say the term private money, and to me, the radar went up and said private money. I've heard hard money, conventional loans, like private money. I hear the term used a little bit loosely, but it sent up a radar to me. It was like private money. He's talking about people like me and some of my other associates that we might actually have capital. We don't think about it as capital. We actually might have money that's sitting in a bank doing nothing, that we're trying to find a way to put that money somewhere.
It's ironic you mentioned that. When you look at it, you know, a lot of us, I know for me, when I started a business, I operated from a position of lack, thinking that there wasn't a lot of capital out there, but when reality, this just is everywhere, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think for you, maybe similar to me, we're a traditional business person because we saw how business was operating for so many years that you went to the bank, you got a conventional loan, they checked your business credit, your personal credit.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're doing here, right?
So when you came into this deal, Kris, did you care about my credit score, my tax returns, or the appraisal, or any of that stuff?
So for me as a potential lender to you, the only thing I cared about was, does Kris Haskins have integrity? And I know that now he does. Is he creditable? And I really didn't look at the whole deal. I talked to a few friends that lived in the basic vicinity of this property just to ask them about the basic neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You showed me a couple photos, and I strictly, you know, this whole deal was based on what you told me and the fact that you have actually come across in numerous ways that you're authentic in what you're doing. So why would I not potentially invest in this deal?
So how about the fact, Kris, that when we bring you in, I did a webinar earlier. I talked about money likes to be seduced and it likes to go where it's welcomed. The fact that we brought you in, the house is worth, the ARV was like 3 something. We're bringing you in at $100,000. How did that sit with you? I want to ask you, how did that sit with you?
Yeah. So when you asked me initially, my gut said I can probably afford to invest around 100, which is approximately 1/3 of the after repair value, right? And I asked you, I said, I haven't done this, but what does that mean for me? And you said, well, you're going to earn the same percentage, whether it sells for 300 or 400, no matter what the house is going to sell for. You're still secured because you're actually going to be the first person on title. You're going to be first position as lender on the deed of the property.
So does that? I want to know. Was that like a determining thing for you? Because I generally speaking, bring my private lenders in very low loan to value ratio.
No, so it was. But it was a guaranteed rate of return based on the APR that you presented to me.
Gotcha.
So you present. So from my unexperienced view, I've done a lot of real estate transactions, but doing a private money loan was not something that was traditional to me. I said, "Wow." So I could loan Haskins or the entity that owns this property. I could loan them X amount of dollars. They're going to guarantee my loan, whether the house appraises or even sells. And worst case scenario, if they don't fulfill the term of this loan that I'm going to give them, I could actually foreclose like a bank. So to me, I was operating as the bank.
Yeah, that's pretty. Would you say that those are pretty good? That's a good position to be in, a third of the value.
To me, it was a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke it. That's the thing. Here's the thing, Chris. Once again, I like to just bring people in where there are no-brainer deals. Would you say that this is the no-brainer deal for you?
So it took me some time to understand how transactions worked. So let's just say that I was an accredited lender. I would take Kris Haskins through a whole bunch of other criteria that was unnecessary. And I only say that because I've been the subject of all of that criteria that was unnecessary. But
me too.
Right. So if Kris and his partner, if they hold the option to purchase this property, they already know from their experience it's going to cost roughly between the first number and the second number how much to invest in this deal. And I'm still secured. So no matter whether Kris or his partner put in 10% or 90% of what the after repair value is worth, I'm still guaranteed the same percentage as the lender on this property.
Gotcha. So we're moving to closing. We came to closing. You wired your portion in. We said that you loaned $100,000, and they've seen the HUD, how you got paid off. Yeah. Tell me about how it was. This was a short. I can't even remember how long we were in this one, Kris.
I only remember because I actually looked at the statements the other day. We're now in December of 2020, and we wired the money to you late of January or maybe early October. So,
January. Hold on, January.
No. I'm sorry, July. Late July or early August. Yep.
Gotcha.
And
so
we're now in the second week of December. 5 months. Yeah, 5 months.
Cool. So at any time, Kris, did you have any worries or did anything pop up that we didn't discuss that you were concerned that our viewers would need to know about?
No, I mean, you and I talked, a couple times a week, and we're doing other stuff together, but very rarely would I was not asking you because I wanted to know the whole deal, but I just was curious how things were going, and did the contractor do this? Did the contractor do that? But I mean, for me, it's one of my early deals with you as a private lender. I just wanted to kind of know, because my experience in real estate is I've been the hands-on person. Yeah. So I kind of wanted to know how things were playing out. But for a traditional private money person, they don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
We want you to write a check and get a bigger check. That is the goal for the private lender.
Yep.
All right, Kris, well, what were your final thoughts on anybody that's interested in just, I guess, being a private lender or just using private money on either side? What would you say to them?
I would say that I looked at it from a little bit different perspective, because I am a business owner. I understand, in a sense, how money works and how a traditional bank is going to lend money. That the same money that I invested with you would have earned about 88 cents a month over the last 5 months.
On 100K?
Yep.
That's what it's at now?
Yep. It's barely $1 a month on $100,000 in a traditional savings account. You're gonna earn nothing.
That goes to show you the value of $1 nowadays. And I remember you told me, you told me, Kris, why am I going to earn it when they're printing it?
Dude, I mean, we're here hopefully towards the end of this COVID virus, but earlier in the spring, they're printing money out of thin air. They're literally printing money based and backed on nothing. They were giving it to these institutions, the banks, at 1%. They're going to loan the money at 4%. It's like, dude, I made twice that much dealing with you.
Yeah.
I mean, the same time. So yeah, crazy.
Well, thank you so much for working with us on this, Kris. I appreciate your time.
Yep, certainly, sir.
Yep. Okay, let's keep moving on. Let's keep it moving.